What's up, guys? Today I'm working on my 98 E36 M3. So what I'm doing is I'm deleting the fan clutch. Now if you've had an older BMW E36, E46, you know that the fan clutches, if they break or blow up, they actually literally grenade, and they can destroy your hood, radiator, belts, pulleys, anything it hits. So let's get into it. So I drained the coolant. Now I'm gonna take these covers off right here so I can get to the thermostat. Next we're gonna take the airbox out to give us a better access. And this right here is the cruise control unit. Kind of interesting how they did it back in the day. It's nice to be finally working on the E36. Been pretty busy with everything, with family, work, all kinds of stuff, so it's nice to be able to work on it. So here I am, I'm taking the duct off for the alternator. This cools the alternator, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we're taking off the hoses now, so we can also get access to the fan clutch, which we're going to need our special tools, quote unquote, to hold the water pump pulley and then break it loose. Now this is the opposite hand thread, so you want to tighten the fan to remove it. Alright, we're spinning the fan off, removing it through the shroud and the engine, and there we have it. The grenade is out. Good thing it didn't blow up in the car. We've actually had a customer once come in on an E46 where the clutch fan exploded and it just dented the hood straight up. I mean, it caused a ton of damage. So depending on which kit you get, it's going to either come with 88 degree thermostat or 80 degree, or even you can get some thermostats that are like 71 degrees. So it just depends on what you're doing with the car. If you're tracking it or dailying it, you can get one that opens sooner if you're going to track it, or if you're dailying it, you can get the 88 degree one. That way you can get heat in the winter time. Alright, so let's take the rest of the bolts off so we can get the thermostat housing out. Yeah, this gasket looked like it was going to start leaking here soon. Now here is the fan switch. And it's going to allow the auxiliary fan to kick on at a lower temperature. Now if you're unfamiliar with this setup, there's a AC or auxiliary fan that's in front of the radiator towards the bumper of the car that kicks on usually when you turn the AC on, or the car is getting too hot. So when you're deleting the mechanical or the clutch fan, that front AC or auxiliary fan is doing basically all the work. Alright, so let's torque it down. Plug in the connector. Alright, so next we gotta clean the thermostat housing, remove the old seal, get it ready, make sure that all the surfaces are nice and clean so we ensure we don't have any leaks. This gasket was pretty old and stuck on there. Now this 3M Rolex bristle disc is awesome for cleaning stuff like this. I'll drop the link below if anyone wants to try it out. Alright, now that we have our thermostat housing all clean, we're going to install the new gasket, and then we're also going to make sure that the cylinder head is clean. Alright, installing the new thermostat. Then installing the thermostat housing. These bolts can be sometimes tricky to get started. This mini torque wrench from Snap-on is pretty cool. Although very expensive, but it works great in these tight spaces. Not a sponsor or anything, but just a good tool. Alright, now we're just putting back the hoses and tightening down the clamps, getting everything back together. Now this thing is a must if you're working on cars all the time. We use this thing probably almost every other day, if not every day. What it does is vacuums out all the air and basically bleeds your system instantly. I can put a link for one down below as well. It's also great to make sure that you don't have any leaks because it'll hold vacuum like perfectly steady. Alright, putting the duct back on. And the air box going in. Get the cruise control back in and this other air duct. Also love this 8mm socket. It's a magnetic and it's awesome, especially when you're working on BMWs. All the under shields are 8mm usually. Alright, just starting it up, make sure that no more air comes out. I usually just do it just in case, but it looks pretty good. Then check for leaks, clean everything up, make sure everything's good to go. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And let me know what you guys think in the comments.